It's so good to see you this morning. My name is Michele Lau, and I am the diamond expert for QVC US. And I am really looking forward to our time here together today. We have got an incredible lineup for you, Mama Pat and I. We are going to be seeing everything from beautiful necklaces and heart shaped cuts to a gorgeous bracelet, which made our cover today. We've got emerald cuts, Asher cuts. I mean, it's just going to go on and on. And so, um, bring your questions. Anything you've ever wanted to ask me is on the table, whether it be in color gemstones or diamonds. I do work for QVC. I work as an advocate for you in that I'm the diamond expert there. So, my whole goal is whether you buy diamonds at QVC or whether you buy diamonds elsewhere, which I hope you buy them at QVC, but no matter where you buy them, I want you to have all the information that you need in order to make a very confident choice. Walking into a jewelry store is not an easy thing, and I get that. And so I don't know why it's intimidating, but it is. I guess because it's such a significant purchase, meaning that not only financially sometimes, although today we start under $500, which is pretty awesome, but I think it's also like a big investment of our emotional beings, right? I mean, you don't give diamonds, I say this all the time, you don't give diamonds to people that you feel just a little bit about. You give diamonds to people that you love a lot. Like some of my most precious pieces were gifts, not things that I bought for myself. The earrings I've got on today, which some of you also have, these are from a former Today Special Value on QVC. Those were gifted to me by Mama Pat. So speaking of Mama Pat, she is your moderator today, or moderator today. She will be fielding your questions for me. If I can't answer them on the spot, we will be, answering them later. Uh, and if you want a more direct answer or quicker answer, maybe you're thinking about getting an engagement ring or something's on your mind from today's little snippet, you can drop me a note personally at hello@youaresolidgold.com. Again, that's hello@youaresolidgold.com. Little bit about me. I've been in jewelry for a very long time. I've been enamored with it, I like to say in utero, because mom was actually pregnant with me working behind a jewelry counter when my first kind of exposure happened. She was selling diamonds and pearls. And so it's ironic that I love both of those gemstones so very much. They're probably two of my most favorite. All right. So moving on. The first item out of the gate is under $500 and it is beautiful. This is available at QVC.com if you have an interest. I'll give you the item numbers along the way just because it makes people bonkers when they go and try to wade through a website of thousands of jewelry items looking for just this pair of earrings. But today at QVC, they are available. They are, however, in low inventory, but I wanted to use them as an example because, first of all, they're a full carat and they're going to show up. And I completely endorse this collection. This is called Firelight Lab Grown Diamonds, but they're also in uh, on three what they call Easy Pay at QVC, which means they're only $145 on three Easy Pay. So, what makes a halo earring so attractive? I think one of the things that people love about them best is that they sort of amplify the center stone. Not only does it give it the look of a much bigger diamond, but it also throws light, the halos surrounding it throw light into the center gem. So when you butt diamonds up against one another, they are very synergistic. They love the light. They love one another. They want to be together. Sound familiar? And so it kind of draws the light into that center stone. I can see you out there, everybody. I see Tammy. I see Sandra. Of course, Mama Pat is there. I believe I see Cass. Yes, I do. Hi, Cass. Hey, Cass, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you've had a chance to see the new 3 carat bracelet that's coming in, actually in, and I have it today. So if you can stay, I know sometimes you have to go, and that's perfectly fine. If you guys come and go, that's great. I walk you through this lineup, and then at the end, I go back through it backwards, just so you know, just in case there's anything that you have any final questions about. So yeah, the finish on this is also very nice. I wanted you to see that it's got an ear nut, but it's not a tiny ear nut. That's a pet peeve of mine and a tip I would like to give to you. When you're shopping for posted earrings, if you've got longer fingernails or maybe your eyesight's not as good as it used to be like mine, or perhaps you're just kind of clumsy or carefree, you don't pay attention to the little things. A bigger back will do you very well. Again, you're going to be less apt to drop it down the sink. You're going to be less apt to lose it. And it's going to hold a bigger earring like this up a little bit more steady. So, particularly important for women that maybe have worn earrings that have been too heavy in the past and it has sort of stretched out their earlobe, this is a good secure back. And I like it because whether your earlobe is kind of fleshy or whether it's very thin, you can get perfect fit. There's also a double notch on the post, which holds it again in place very well. I like the size of these. I like everything about these. I really love that you can get a full carat in high quality diamonds for under $450 by shopping at QVC in the lab grown department. Now we're going to be seeing both lab grown and affinity, so stick around. But the cool thing about lab grown is I can take you up 5 steps in clarity using the Gemological Institute of America's clarity chart. So when a diamond is more clear, more pristine, you can get less interruption in how the light moves through the stone, if that makes sense. So if there's a feather or a mineral deposit or something like that, I have nothing against natural inclusions in gemstones as long as they don't disrupt the overall beauty of the gem or the integrity of the gemstone. That's one of the things I kind of like about diamonds from the earth. But with lab grown, because they're grown in a controlled environment, you can get them more perfect, more pristine at a higher percentage rate. So there's 2 reasons why lab grown is so much less expensive than diamonds from the earth that I can think of. 2 main reasons off the top of my head. First of all, again, you get a better product. You get a bigger, bolder, brighter diamond. But the big thing to most of us is we pay less. And I mean a lot less right now. You might have noticed that at QVC. Your prices are outstanding in lab grown right now because the market is down. So the reason that they are less expensive is because they can be produced at a quicker rate. It's not that they're any less of a diamond. In fact, they're better than most diamonds from the earth are as far as, the 4Cs go. But you're going to spend less and get real diamond, okay? This is not a faux, it is not a diamondique or some other glass or crystal or whatever. This is a true diamond. April's birthstone and really the king or the queen of them all, depending on how you like to term it. Me, I just love a good diamond, a good juicy diamond, and the fact I'm getting a half carat in each year is good enough for me in this particular item. Love it. All right, so moving on, I'm going to move on to something I do want to spend a little bit more time in. I just am enamored with this ring. Isn't that just the most beautiful thing you've ever laid your eyes on? It comes in yellow and it also comes in white. So you can choose whichever you like. I've just noticed during the slideshows that it's a little easier to see details in the yellow gold on this particular ring. So it is 2.15 carats, and this like created a huge flurry of activity during last week's shows. So if you weren't available, or pardon me, week before last. So if you weren't available then, you've got a chance at it now, which is pretty great because the center stone is where the majority of the weight is, and it is an emerald cut. You know how a moment ago I was saying that one of the really important things about firelight is that I can take you up 5 degrees of clarity. This becomes really important when you're talking about cuts like emerald cuts and Asher cuts, which are combined. You've also got baguettes on the shoulder of this particular ring. So these are cuts that you don't even try to tackle if you've got poor material. Right? You want to make sure you're using that center cut of the steak when you're cutting something so incredibly gorgeous. This house of mirrors cut in the middle, called the emerald cut, is different from a baguette. And this is a question I get a lot. That's why I'm just going to address it right here. They're both amazing. They both take a higher degree of skill, but the difference is in the corners primarily. See how the corners in an emerald cut are clipped? When they're clipped like that, you get a more infinity pool kind of an experience when you look into the emerald cut. And getting back to the clarity conversation, there are different degrees of clarity in diamonds, and that's a really important part of the 4Cs, the clarity, especially in emerald and Asher. Um, so when you get to VS plus, that means very slightly included or to flawless. We work in a range. I'm still communicating in the old terminology because most of us are still doing that. But I will tell you, there's been a change in how the GIA is grading lab grown diamonds. They used to grade them on the same 4Cs and levels of 4Cs, but because of the quality of of lab grown being so high, they're actually going to be going with premium or standard in the future. This would absolutely be premium if you're already kind of communicating under those terms. But we're sort of in that gray period of history where they're in the process of changing it all over. So I just don't want you to be confused when you go into a store. If they're talking about premium or standard, this would be in the premium grade. So it's a very, very pretty ring. But clarity, every time you go up a step in the clarity scale, it gets more and more pricey as you get closer to flawless, obviously. QVC is really particular about their products, and you should talk to folks, whether you're shopping at QVC or elsewhere, about what their quality standards are. Do they subscribe to the GIA standards? Are they somebody who works with the GIA regularly? Because there are a lot of different agencies out there that will inspect your diamonds for you, but GIA is really the gold standard. They are the premium, and I really respect the heck out of them. So try to look for that if you want better peace of mind. I think personally, and this is part of the reason I wanted to be here at QVC with diamonds, I think that we go further than we even needed to. And I'm very comfortable with that. I like the fact that in order to do business with us, the vendors have to agree to send every diamond that they're going to present to our customers. Every diamond has to be sent to the Gemological Institute of America to be inspected by gemologists before they're set into jewelry. So we're the only place in the world that I know of that does that, and it gives us a real advantage. And it really does make a difference where you buy your diamonds, whether it be lab grown or diamonds from the earth. It is a very unique opportunity to get the grading and or rather, pardon, to get the inspection that you want on your diamonds without having to pay for it. It's already included in your price of your piece. So I like that. And the reason mainly that I like it is that I don't have to give up my ring or my earrings or my necklace and send it off to GIA. As much as I trust them, it's all the steps in between there and them that I worry about personally in today's day and age. So if you're with me on that one, it's kind of great that they already do it. Now down the line, you want to have your stuff re-looked at every, whatever, however many years you're comfortable with. But when you have it re-examined, I would take it back to GIA. There is one collection in lab grown, and actually one collection period, that we do give you the grading report on for your, and that's hundreds of dollars usually. And that is Brilliant Rose by Firelight. Brilliant Rose is what I wear. If you've admired my necklace, I wear it every day. I love it. It's my ring, my 3 carat ring. I love my necklace, the whole thing. And so as a diamond expert, I really appreciate the great quality in that line. So if you are looking for something ultra special, you might want to go there. That's called Brilliant Rose by Firelight. And I'll do another show on it sometime in the very near future again. But this, I mean, love it. Again, you've got that beautiful, clean, crisp look of the emerald shape, emerald cut in the middle. Left to right, you have the Asher cut. Now, the Asher cut is a more unusual cut. Not a lot of people know a lot about it, but an Asher cut actually is one of those house of Ashers, house of like House of Dior or House of whatever brand, you listen to the runways and look to the styles for. But the Asher family has been extraordinary in their pursuit of beautiful optics. I mean, what you see here is really, really special. It's again a very clean cut. It shows off the clarity of the gemstone beautifully. And I love this kind of serenity of this ring. I think it's really, really beautiful. Here it is in the white gold. As much as the yellow gold shows off the diamonds well in the slideshow, I feel like in this ring, it warms up the diamond. And so if you don't like that, if you want it to look very, very icy, then you'd be like me and you'd might be leaning in towards, with this particular ring anyway, leaning in towards the white metal. So that's, it's all a matter of personal preference. One's not better than the other. It's just that I like showing off the icy quality in this because of the Asher cuts and, of course, the emerald cut in the middle and the baguettes. Another aside, we actually have at QVC at our disposal some of the very best baguette cutters in the world today. So this becomes a really important conversation when you're getting Asher Emerald baguettes. You want them all to be of that same high quality, and these really do the job. They're great. They're 2.15 carats. Oh, they come in size 4 through 11. This is another big conversation. I'm going on and on today. I'm sorry. I want to make sure you have all the info that you need before you make a decision. When you go into a jewelry store, if you were to find a ring like this, you would probably find it in size 6 or size 7, and that would be about it. Here, they expand the sizing so you don't have to wait or have it custom made for you. So we offer it in size 4 through 11. It's only $1,942 if you do have an interest in this particular ring. But hopefully, oh, and on 3 easy pay of 647. But hopefully, you now feel more confident when you walk into a jewelry store asking questions about emeralds cuts, Asher cuts, and all of that. You guys still with me? Throw me some hearts if you can. Mama Pat is working remotely today, so I can't get her feedback on the spot, which I always really appreciate. I'm down in the Sunshine Studio. Yep, I had to come down for jury duty, and so um, yeah, so that's why I'm here and she's there here today. All right, so moving on. Thought you might like another look around. I always enjoy it when the hosts do a nice tour of the ring when they're presenting them. I think it just really helps me make a decision. So I try to include all this for you during the slideshow. And that's something, again, if you have a style you want me to include that you found on their website, feel free to drop me a note at hello@youaresolidgold.com and I can put it in an upcoming show so that you can get a really, really graceful and beautiful look at it. Isn't that a gorgeous ring? Just love it. I want to thank you for being with me. I see all kinds of hearts. You know, we do this every Wednesday, and then we also get together on QVC.com on Monday. This is one of my friends at Q. I love Katya. I like to give you the inside scoop too about some of the things that happen behind the scenes. Katya is an amazing soul inside and out. She is one of my longest running friends in the business. She and I actually worked together on some of my first shows when I was a host at HSN so many years ago before I really caught the jewelry bug and went off to the GIA and got my certificates, my graduate certificates. But she and I did fashion shows on Friday nights for 12 years together. And she came up to QVC, as did I, just recently. But she's been there now for I think like 15 or 20 years. She's been there for a while. But she's wearing this gorgeous piece, which, by the way, check this out. 5 perfectly shaped, and that's really the important part of this discussion. 5 perfectly shaped, heart-shaped diamonds, big diamonds. This is 2.5 carats in diamonds and gold. This is on QVC.com today for $1,880. It is J448700. It's an 18-inch smile necklace, which also can be adjusted to a 16-inch choker if you choose. It comes in 14 karat white, and it also comes in 14 karat yellow gold. I absolutely am impressed. Impressed is a great word. A little blown away by the fact that we've been able to do this in a mass market way. When I was studying at the GIA, the first day of class, they came in, the instructor came in. Here's the sizing chain on the back, by the way. And she said, "How many people in this room like heart shapes?" And I, of course, raised my little hand and I'm like, "I do." And then I looked around, I'm the only one in the class that liked a heart shape. I'm like, "What?" I know there's a lot of people out there like me that collect them and love them. And she started laughing and she goes, "Oh, so I have a room full of lapidaries." And she did. Lapidaries are people that cut gemstones and they did not like heart shapes. See, the thing is a heart shape is nearly impossible to get even. And so as a cutter, when you're cutting something as valuable as a diamond, if you get one low bigger than the other or one that's off kilter, if it's too fat or if it's too skinny, it's not valuable. Will you look at the beauty? Let me go back. Look at the beautiful make or the beautiful match of each one of those stones. They graduate with the largest one being in the middle. This is so amazing. These are not mass cut, these are cut by hand. Getting that cleft right. Why is it so hard? Because a diamond, when it grows, has something called perfect cleavage. And go ahead and giggle if you want. But what perfect cleavage means in the world of diamonds, anyway, is that if you were to strike it incorrectly when you're cutting it, it can split into two. And that ruins, of course, the diamond. So they're always very nervous when they're cutting heart shapes. So to do it in this way, to do it for television where 90 million people are watching QVC, right? I mean, to be able to offer this mass market is crazy. And if you were to go and have this custom made, super expensive. So $1,880. I know it's not walking around money for me, at least for me, probably not for you as well. Um, but it is a worthy investment of your diamond dollar. If you're looking for something really special for the bride to be, or maybe you want to buy it for yourself and lend it to your daughter who's getting married, then it's something borrowed, right? And something also new, I guess. But she can walk down the aisle and then maybe you could take it back. Or maybe you share it with her. I don't know. It's all up to you. All I know is it is a beautiful frame for your face. She is going to look like an angel. And I think there is a sweetness about it, but it's not too girlish. It's very young, it's very fresh. Heart shapes always, again, they're laying, especially in a necklace, right up there by your heart. Could it get any more full of love than a gift like that? So if there are any gentlemen watching, and I know you are, then think about this maybe for that special someone in your life. Maybe your mom who just, celebrated her 80th birthday. Or maybe it's, a graduate from college, or maybe you have just been born again and you decide you want to wear a necklace close to your heart that means a lot to you. There's a million and one reasons to buy jewelry. And this is why I love presenting diamonds is that these are the meaningful pieces. This you don't just buy because, oh, it would be cute with that new dress I just bought, right? This is this is so different. This is so special. And it's going to be that memory that you're going to carry as a family, I mean, for the rest of your life. So I feel strongly about heart shapes. I think they're a wonderful connection to who we are as people. If you have the number five in your life and it's important to you in some way, maybe it's five grandkids or five children or 5 years of marriage. This is just an amazing necklace. I think you're going to love it. I want to make sure I don't go over. I don't have Mama Pat giving me the old wrap it up thing like she usually does. I know she's probably doing it at home on, geez, Michelle, tighten this stuff up, right? That's what she does. She's a taskmaster. All right. Hopefully Cass is still here because this is living. Wow, wow, wow. As pretty as it looks on the stand, when you see this in person, you're just going to flip. It's real smooth when you put it on. And this was the cover girl for today's show, hand selected by me because I think it has got such a wow factor. Smooth on the inside, smooth on the outside. It is 3 full carats in diamonds, and it's only $1,100. How did we do this? Well, we did this because we started with a structure of sterling silver, which I actually prefer for a bracelet with this kind of intricacy. Let me show you. You see all the little pieces, all the things that go together to create this masterpiece. It's like when you're at a museum and you walk up to a painting and you're like, wow, look at the thousands of brushstrokes that created that beautiful landscape. How do they see that when they're painting so close and then they stand back? They must be going forward and back a lot in their studio, right? Well, I have a suspicion that whoever designed this was doing much the same, trying to get it all perfect and right. Every diamond here is VS plus. So every diamond in this bracelet is very slightly included or to flawless. In 3 carats, when you're putting together this much material, you could work for a very long time, just accumulating the rough that's in the same make. Every stone gorgeous. They all tell the story of not only VS plus, but HI near colorless diamonds. You've got mixed cut designs here in baguettes and also in rounds, and they come together in a way that's quite special. On 3 easy pays of 367, this is a doable thing. And I've had a lot of men buy this too. It's wide, but not overly wide. It's about 3/8 of an inch, and it does come in small, average, and large. So you can check it out at the .com if you do have further interest. Again, this is straight from QVC.com. I work as arm to QVC. I work to give you the information that you need to feel confident to spend $1,100 and do it confidently, knowing you've got a 30-day money back guarantee, that they offer you easy pay, that every diamond here has been inspected by the Gemological Institute of America by gemologists. It's quite a process, honestly. The more I learn about it, the more impressed I am. We're the only people in the world that we know of that do this. I've spoken to the head of GIA who has since retired. There's somebody new in their spot who told me that we had a very unique relationship and that nobody else has. And I feel really strongly that you're getting the best value for your dollar when you shop at Q. So QVC.com is where you'll find it. It is J449013. Yeah, the process is pretty intense. We mandate that they send all of the diamonds out to the Gemological Institute of America at their expense. If they want to do business with QVC, they have to go through this. So they put them in packages. They all have numbers on the packages. They're sealed. They're taped shut. They can't be. They're tamper proof. They're sent to GIA where they are opened with others present to be sure that everything is copacetic. They inspect all of them. They go back in sealed bags with numbers. They're sent back to the manufacturer and then they're set into jewelry. So it is a tedious process, but it brings you a finer product. And I think that is so worthwhile. Did I give you another look at it? I did. I came in nice and close to the back. I wanted you to see that they did not just one sawtooth um, clasp, but they did two of them because, again, at 3/8 of an inch wide, this is a really valuable piece of jewelry. We want to make sure you don't lose it. We do a great job in our collection in sterling silver. We've been doing more and more in it just with the price of gold being so high, but you get that luxe gold next to your skin. And nobody's ever going to saw that bracelet in half. Believe me, it's very intricate and beautiful. You are going to just enjoy the heck out of it, whether you choose it in white or in yellow. And if you don't, you can send it back. And all you're really risking when you shop at Q is you're risking the shipping handling. And, you know, why not take 30 days, shop it around, wear it, see if you get compliments, take advantage of that. It's a really nice deal. Plus, you don't have to go through the embarrassment of if you did want to return it, taking it back to the jewelry store. And a lot of times they give you credit or they try to talk you out of it. We want you to be 100% happy at Q. Right. These, I want to spend some time on these. These just came in. Do they look familiar? What time is it? Oh, good, I got time. If they look familiar to you, they should, because one of our best selling rings in our Affinity collection is the half and half ring. I love this style. It combines, again, fancy colored diamonds and white diamonds in the same ring. So, one of you, thank you very much. Round of applause for those of you that do watch the live streams. You came up with this great idea of doing a pair of earrings to match. And man, has it been popular. These hoops come in black, in blue, in champagne, or in yellow. I did them all separately for you so that you can see them one at a time. I'm having a hard time seeing them upside down and backwards. That's the champagne version. There's the yellow, and here is the black. So the blue is the very first one. There we go. Navy and white is so snappy, right? So crisp and so fresh. $250. They're about an inch top to bottom. They're on 3 easy pay of $63 at QVC.com. But I want to talk briefly about each of these colors because they're really beautiful. Of course, blue diamonds, we think immediately of the Titanic, we think, I do anyway, of Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie and how cute he was. And just the whole story of, and tragedy really of the Titanic just made it so riveting and just cemented this whole idea of Le Coeur de la Mer in my head. But navy and white is that really snappy, really crisp look, especially for spring and summer. Navy is a classic that will never go out of style. And this offers you the opportunity to wear other blue gemstones freely, of course, with this and have it look really pulled together. So, blue sapphires, think about those. Think about, what are some other, oh, like some really nice dark London blue. Some of you may have picked up the London blue topaz ring that Caroline had as a today's special value, which is awesome. Or again, with the half and half, you can't really beat this. They just look so striking and so elegant. The champagne color is, I think, the color to get. Not only is it the color of the year in Mocha Mousse, and we're all wearing a lot of neutrals. It would have been great with this outfit today. But the reason I really am pushing this color right now is that the lion's share of champagne colored diamonds, which are unheated and untreated, making them even more valuable than some of the high pressure, high temperature colors, that mine is done. And so it came from the lion's share of them. I'd say about 98% of them came from the Argyle mine in Australia. Sorry, I'm fumbling a little bit. So the Argyle mine, probably the most prolific diamond mine in the world. And so you would have a little piece of that history and the wearability of that nice neutral color. Well, speaking of neutral, look up in the sun at the sun and look at the green around you. And these are colors that we surround ourselves in, right? The happiness of yellow, the warmth of yellow. Yellow diamonds are QVC customers' number one selling fancy. We don't charge any more for the fancy color diamonds than we do really for the white. So I'm thrilled for you to be able to grab a hold of something that, celebrities have been drawn to for the past couple of decades. Honestly, I think of Marilyn Monroe back in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, right? At the premiere, she wore a whole suite of yellow diamonds. Hillary Clinton, love or hate her politics, she was known for her yellow diamond jewelry and the power and the strength that they exuded. So I like yellow just with fashion, period. I think it adds a nice burst of color. And then, of course, we have, I think this is the black. I want to make sure. Yeah, this is the black and white. Black and white is a really strong, very crisp statement as well. This is for the lady who maybe wants to play it a little bit more safe, who likes to wear a lot of color in her clothing and wants her accessories to kind of tone it down or sort of even out the look. So I love every one of them. At $250, you may want to consider more than one. They're a great size. You can see a good everyday size for you to wear. They were J450024. If you have any questions on fancy color diamonds, I would love to hear from you. I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you might have. Please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're growing like crazy. We're really happy about that. We're free, Mama Pat and I. Yep. YouTube, I know, is charging for a lot of different services, but we're on the free side of the scale. We get together every Wednesday with you, have a cup of coffee, and just talk about pretty things and do a little window shopping, if nothing else. You will find us doing a little more shopping on the QVC.com website on Mondays, Monday at 12:15, and that's Eastern time. You'll get to meet Mama Pat this next week. All right. So the earrings, again, $250 are available at QVC.com today. I love these bracelets. The bracelet is J449013. They are $1,100 today. Prices change, so you want to check the website. They're also today on QVC.com $367 on Easy Pay. And things sell out really fast. Like a lot of this merchandise is low inventory, but they made really good examples of some of the topics I wanted to cover today. I love those bracelets. Very, very gooey and gorgeous. Next up, the Heart Smile necklace. She's pretty. Now that's 2.5 carats, an 18-inch chain. It's on a cable chain. It comes not only in yellow, but it also comes in white. It's got the sizing chain on the back that I mentioned, so you can wear it in a number of different ways with a number of different necklines. It's just a really pretty as a picture necklace that I know you're gonna smile when you put it on. It's called the Smile necklace for a reason. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Asher cuts. Asher cuts, emerald cuts, baguette cuts, all together in J449953. This is $1,942 at QVC.com. It's on 3 easy pays of 647. Today it comes in white and in yellow, and it is in size 4 through 11. So I wish you well on this one. This has been a very, very hot item. And then last but certainly not least, the elegance, the grace, the princess-like quality of these guys. These are J449820. This is $437. Now, if that doesn't make you go, wow, I wish I would have bought it from QVC. I don't know what will. Again, these are lab grown diamonds. They are in white only at the present time. They're on 3 easy pays of 145, and they are low inventory. I don't know what the future is going to hold on these, but man, if you like white, grab them. They are a beautiful stud in sterling silver. All you see are diamonds on this, and the diamonds are so lively. Again, all the firelight items are all VS plus clarity, HI near colorless quality. The affinity half and half huggy hoops, the white diamonds in them are what are they? HI near colorless, I too are better clarity. Well, with that, I think Michelle might need some coffee. She had a brain burp here in the end. Do me a favor and do hit subscribe. And special thanks to Mama Pat too for being with me. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I will see you on Monday and we'll walk through some of this stuff again so that if you have a significant other that you'd like to have join you on Monday, or perhaps you need a little time to think about it, go for it. But you got a head start. Okay. So those of you that are here on YouTube, always get the first news on the newest items. So good to be with you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon back in VA. Bye bye.